up on Headline News. A North West MP calls for better access to neurological services. Hello, you're watching Headline News. I'm Holly Green and a very warm welcome to the programme. A North West MP has told That's TV why he is calling for better access to neurology services. Tony Lloyd recently met with representatives from the MS Society to hear about the challenges they have faced accessing support. That's TV asked Tony what more can be done to improve services for people living with neurological conditions.
A number of things. I mean, one is the here and now. We haven't got enough people who are trained in dealing with people with MS, neurological conditions more generally. So we do need a programme of investment in the skills, and that's if you like, the doctors. But it's also those who have caring roles to make sure they do know what can be done, what can make life easier for people suffering in this way. I was talking last year to a consultant neurologist, and he was saying to me that he honestly does feel that we're on the verge, because of the huge advances in knowledge of how the brain works, on the verge of being able to look at maybe much more radical ways of helping people with MS, that with proper investment in research, maybe new treatments and even new ways of approaching MS can emerge. And that's, if you like, I mean, Kenny says the exciting thing, but it is the possible thing that could liberate people from the worst aspects of MS and other conditions. So, it's investment in the people who can help those suffering now, but it's also to look at what can by way of research. And we know that medical research is absolutely fundamental, and we're good at it in this country as long as we're prepared to invest in it.
Preston City Council will have to balance the potential benefits of a range of different projects as it formulates a bid to the government's Levelling Up Fund. That was the message from a senior councillor as he and cabinet colleagues agreed how the city would set about identifying one or more schemes that could help Preston secure the £20 million on offer to it from a programme designed to reduce inequalities between different parts of the UK. Century-old drains in one of Preston's flagship parks are set to be replaced in an attempt to ensure the facility remains accessible during the wettest months of the year and to stave off the threat of flooding posed to the properties that surround it. Heavy rain last winter overwhelmed the drainage system in Ashton Park and saw the green space partially covered in floodwater. A Preston City Council cabinet meeting on Wednesday evening heard that the incident had sparked concern from neighbouring residents who feared that they were very close to water entering their houses. And Preston North End recorded a huge win last night as they defeated Championship League leaders AFC Bournemouth. Goals from Ben Whiteman and Alistair McCann saw Frankie McAvoy's men win 2-1 away at the Vitality Stadium, ending Bournemouth's unbeaten start to the season. Victory lifts the Lily Whites up to 15th in the league table, just 4 points adrift from the playoff places. Elsewhere, Blackpool lost 1-0 at home to Stoke City, courtesy of a late goal by Stephen Fletcher. And we'd love to hear what you think, so do get in touch with your views. Or if you have a story of your own that should be on the show, follow us on Twitter. We're on @That'sTVLancs. Get in touch on Facebook, search for That's TV Lancashire, or you can write to us, drop an email to lancashire@thats.tv. A new political party which has been launched to push for an independent north of England has opened branches in regions across the northwest, including Lancashire. The Northern Independent Party, who described themselves as a democratic socialist party, were founded just over a year ago in the northeast. Founder and leader of the party, Philip Proudfoot, told That's TV about the process behind expanding into Lancashire and the causes behind it.
Members submit a request to open a branch, and then if there is sufficient support for opening that branch, they will open the branch. And I mean, branch structures politically are incredibly important because obviously I'm not from Cumbria, I'm not from Lancashire, I'm from the northeast. So I know a lot about the issues in Durham and Newcastle and Tyne and Weir, but I'm not familiar with every single local issue. So the objective is to localise the party. So if members, if they're community organisers, if they're known to the community and they want to open up their own branch, I mean, it's central to expanding as a political project. and then those branches are the ones who then select and determine candidates to stand in both local elections and national elections. So, it's basically like, the parties have CLPs or associations. We have branch structures within the regions that we consider part of historic Northumbria. So if you take somewhere, broadly, similar sort of economic and political system to us, like the US, right? The US, the financial centre is New York, the political centre is Washington, D.C., the creative centre is LA. What they don't do is put every single thing in one city, whereas we, for some reason, decided to put every single thing in one city, and this produces massive amounts of negative impacts across the board. And it's so rooted into the nature of the UK that the only feasible solution to breaking with it is the independence movement, as we learned from our friends in Scotland and our friends in Wales.
And that's your headline news. Coming up next on That's TV, it's your local weather. But from me and the rest of the news team here, it's goodbye for now.